Hey there, you caught me. Today's Arms Day. Good for the workout. Perfect. There you go. Hello viewers. Well, today we're gonna talk about this beast. This beast here, which is the Barrett M107A1. 50 BMG caliber rifle. Sniper rifle. Long range rifle, huge, but the video is not going to be about this one is not going to be about how it shoots and all that stuff. It's more going to be about, is this a practical rifle? So if you're not in the armed force, you're not a trained sniper, you're not a long range shooter, or perhaps a civilian, maybe you're a long range enthusiast shooter. Is it worth getting one of these? So we'll talk about that. This is a fun video purely for your entertainment. I'm not an expert. I am just the guy who likes to touch and review firearms, and I always thought it's cool to think about owning a 50 caliber. However, the reality is I don't think it's very practical. So I'm going to share with you this experience here on this little one, because this is a big rifle. So if you enjoyed today's video, share it, subscribe to the channel, share the video, give us a thumbs up. So let's get started. Let's start with the fact that, well, quick features, quick facts. I know I posted a short video the other day about the rifle. This is a Barrett M107A1, the long version of a 50 caliber, low recoil, gas operated rifle. It fired this 50 BMG ammunition, which, as you can see, it's quite big, out of a 10 round magazine fed rifle. So 10 round magazine, 10 of these 50 BMG. The rifle itself is has a 29-inch barrel. It's about 29 pounds. In the case, when you do me lifting, good to lift weight. Once you disassemble and put in the case, it's about a 52 pounds package. Overall length, I believe it's around 57 inch long. So this is not a short rifle, it's not a small rifle. Very big, very long, very heavy. But you can pick it up if you want to. Not supposed to be shoulder fired, of course, but more in the prone position of like such, right? It's a big piece. So it's semi-automatic, and again I'm walking out close, so I'll be sweating through this video. But it's supposed to be low recoil felt, and this particular rifle is coming with a QDL muzzle brake ready for suppressor. It does have a Barrett suppressor. Maybe I'll put it in the next video, but it's ready for suppression. The bolt carrier group is ready, adjusted for suppression. The muzzle brake takes the Barrett QDL suppressor. Fluted barrel. It's actually the successor of M82, if I'm not mistaken. This is actually 4 pounds lighter than its predecessor rifle, and I guess Barrett's advertisement or marketing reminds that this is a lighter rifle, but it's still a big beast, right? It's got iron sights that are built in. Of course, the expectation is that you'll have your scope or your long variable optics of choice, especially for those long range shots. It's got a thermal barrier cheek riser here, so here you have a cheek piece to keep the heat from the action to get through your face too much. It's got a monopod that you can remove. It's got a handle for you to grab in the rear, and of course it's a semi-automatic. So, and the bipods, it's got front bipods, adjustable bipods that you can extend or retract based on your needs, like that, right? And then it's foldable as well. It folds so you can carry it. So it's a big rifle. It's very big. This is the biggest I've had a chance to review. Let's talk about practicality. If you have the money to afford one of these, in the tens of thousands, good for you. Why would you want to buy one, and do you need to buy one? I don't know. It's a personal preference, but living with one of those, I think, for me, it's very interesting. First of all, if you don't have a truck or something with a pickup bed or a wagon or a long, big vehicle, a car that has a lot of cargo room, good luck just packing this to go to the range. It's big. I don't have a truck, so to put on a sedan, I do have seats that fold in the rear. I had to fold the seat to put all this big old box in the car. It's heavy. As I mentioned, it's 52 pounds, so that's not too much weight, but it's just cumbersome. It's big. The Pelican case is a huge, big case. Just to shoot this video, I had to come outside and not in my little studio room. And I need to have the room and the zoom out and put the camera far away. So it's a big, bulky, voluminous thing. It's a small, lengthy, well, it's a lean rifle. It just takes too much room. If you're inside a room, just moving it around to checking it out, you could easily hit your ceiling. You could easily whack someone on the side. But definitely it's a good tool to exercise with. It's very heavy. You can do if you forgot to lift weight, you can use that for your weight. Now, I apologize, as I mentioned, I'm outside, so a lot of background noise. But I mean, you get used to the weight and size if you train for it. But it's a big rifle. Not hard to operate. Magazine fed. Just put the magazine, push it in. Want to release the mag, pull it here. Load the 10 rounds like so. I don't think it's very practical. I think it's fun. It's a super cool factor to say you own a 50 cal. At least this one. I know there are some smaller 50 caliber out there, but just mobility wise, it's not the easiest thing to move around with. Not that you're supposed to. You're supposed to trek to a location, hide, establish your grounds, engage your targets, back up, and stealthily, if you can, remove yourself from that location. But as a civilian, as a regular guy, yeah, bragging rights, maybe if you have a lot of land outside and your own private outdoor range, that would be fun. You'll have to shoot it on an outdoor range that's big enough to make sense of the 50 caliber. The fixed sights are adjustable to 1,000 meters, and of course these are for long range shooting, so you do want to have a long range available. So. Like I said, just moving around this rifle, sweating, and today was a post-workout video. What else about this thing? You need to have the room to carry it. Just to store the rifle, you need to have a lot of room. If you put it on top of a big safe, the safe has to be big enough, wide enough to accommodate the bipods and tripods, the bipods and monopods. Or you'll take it apart, leave it in the case, and have a big tall case standing there, or a big safe. So, practicality. I think it's just a cool factor. For most people, owning this will just be for bragging rights, to be honest. I don't know if it's worth the money and the headache. Now, if you have a big estate and all the outdoor property outside of city limits where you can fire drill, or you take the very expensive trips where you have mile or two or more range, that would be great. And if you have the room and the safety to own this, and the room and proper storage for this kind of rifle, you can do that as well. But if you just have a lot of money and you don't care, hey, everybody can do whatever they want as long as it's legal and safe, right? But I've had the pleasure to have this one for a couple of weeks now. I haven't done much with it. I will shoot it eventually. I practiced taking it apart and put it back together as fast as I could. I've only been able to do that under about 2 minutes. I was trying to see if I could do that under 1 minute, but I'll have to spend more time with the rifle. Once you get the pins ready to go and use to pull them out, I think it's doable. It's just a big heavy rifle. What else can I say about it? It's very cool to own. Don't get me wrong. It's saying you have a 50 cal, that's a cool factor. A 50 cal with the suppressor, even better, right? Lots of money for what? I don't know. I don't know if most people who own this will shoot that more than 3 times a year. But if you're a long-range shooter, it makes sense. If you already have all the long-range rifle and you definitely want to have the biggest and one of the biggest, most performant ammunition out there, the 50 BMG is the one to go. You will have to plan to have a better, nice optics, of course, some decent scope to go along with that distance and that range. But really, this is not the most practical thing to own. There's a lot more things you can buy with the money. I'm not sure, but I think this is about 19,000 if I remember correctly, but it's a lot of money. Now the ammunition go for a 10 bucks round is now $50, I think. When the pandemic hit, I sold those for $35, $25 because nobody was buying 50 caliber. But now that things are maybe acting a little bit better in terms of ammunition price, these are about 50 round, a box of 10. So, and you get a 10 round magazine. So $1, 50 bucks for one magazine. Expensive to shoot as well. So, but it's cool. Definitely a cool factor. So I hope you enjoyed it. Again, this is just purely my opinion. I don't think I will rush to buy one of these anytime soon. If you can, good power to you. If you have a 50 cal, let me know how you shoot it. What if you enter any kind of long range matches with it. What you think of the M107A1. Next video will be shooting it and maybe looking at the internals a little bit. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up. Appreciate it. Empty, right? Big guy. Big guy. Very big guy. Good for walkout. Good for walking out.